Monday, September 22nd, market analysis, Stan Ehrlich. I start out with stock indexes, go to futures and some stocks and some other commentary. Now, my first commentary is these stock market indexes are simply becoming more and more overbought, more and more dangerous on the long side, and I would definitely not be buying under these price conditions or situations. It may open a lot lower or suddenly drop a lot before you are aware of what to do about it. Procrastination, lack of planning, a variety of things might cause big problems. Don't chase markets. So, overbought, 81 on the RSI custom scale. Remember, I learned this from Wells Wilder himself. I don't use 70-30. I use 75 and 25 plus. The calculations are significantly different. And I changed the color of the RSI bar, which is not a close-to-close line chart, to yellow when we're in jeopardy of topping out because of overbought conditions, and or yellow when we're oversold, and it bottomed out when we're in jeopardy of turning up or turning around one way or the other. So watch out, looking for reversals, looking for a top, expecting it to happen pretty soon. Otherwise, the charts look great, but they always do on the high day. 1 minute data. What can I say? Strong. Yeah, head and shoulder top, right? Sure. We've got the SPY, same story. 1 minute chart, of course, basically the same story. We've got QQQ, same story. And the 1 minute chart, basically the same story. Overbought conditions, new highs, some of them historic, which is profound, but we're getting further and further away above any significant support below the market by doing what we're doing. And I do expect a significant break here, probably to test the lows of July and August at a minimum, and probably break below those lows. And for this chart, it's 23,026, and it's the NASDAQ futures. Next, looks strong, but that's not, they always do just before they top out. Now, the YM is not overbought. It is not super close at 70, but it may not be a follower in this group or category. Everything else is. We've got the 1 minute YM. Looks good. Made new highs. Basically holding so far. Next, Russell. Made new highs on Friday, pulled back a little bit today, but did close higher on the day, and looks like it can make another new high again. Now, it has pulled down only one single day, and it didn't break down a lot, and it didn't close weak. So I'm looking for a little bit of a new high again. And there's the 1 minute chart. Now, bonds have been good. We had an outside down day on Wednesday of last week, down for Thursday, Friday, and again today. Now have dropped when the signal was given from 117.10 to below 116.10, a whole full point in 4 days. Not bad. I've seen better, but at least this is working just great. Including the fact that the last couple of trading days, the high is even below the signal day low. Same basic commentary for notes. Doing great, but notes have hit a little support level. So it would bounce a little bit without a problem, but I don't think much, if it can in the first place. But it looks like a right spot to start to do it. We're not oversold. We don't have much reason to look for it other than a little support. Next, we have support in crude oil, and I don't have oversold, but it's still between the rock and a hard spot. Now, this test of support, since we're not very oversold at this point, could drop off to new lows to the at least the bottom of the support at 66, 60 flat, and maybe even break that. So I can't really say that that's going to happen. So far, it hasn't made any new lows for any particular length of time, period. Now, natural gas is doing great. We have a new low and a new low close for about 2-3 weeks, almost a new low for the whole trend. I've been talking about this head and shoulder top for months. There's nothing wrong with it. I am expecting to see another break in a new low ground, probably down to 2.5, maybe even 2.2 2.2. And then this week, pretty sharp break coming up, I think. Bearish, obviously. Heating oil, rocking a hard spot. Kind of a pennant, not really. Flat bottom right triangle, maybe. I don't know. Neutral, a little bit bearish. Can't say much. Overbought again in gold, and it did get a higher than this bear sell signal I got on Wednesday of last week. That's too bad. That sell signal is now canceled, and it lasted a fraction of a day. Not much. Not anything to speak of. I'm now overbought again, looking for another bearish engulfing red sell signal. I hope, I expect, but I don't always get them. I am not wanting to be a buyer up here. It looks like it could work its way a little higher first before it takes another reverse. And we're looking at silver. Almost the identical statements. Overbought again, new high ground. Looks like it could move up a little bit more. But I am looking for another turn down. And this time, probably below 41 even. Pennant formation developing in platinum. Getting close to the high of the pennant, which is resistance. We'll see what happens. Kind of waiting for a breakout on this. Next, copper can't do much of anything. Sideways, barely higher slope. I have to be neutral to maybe a squeak up. Next, soybeans have not done well. I did not like the bearish engulfing on Friday, as I said. Normally they're bearish, and it proved to be true. Pushing it through some lows and some stops. Now a new low for a month and a half, probably. There is support under the market, a hell of a lot of it, but it's not super close. It could drop off another 30 cents. 20, yeah, 20, maybe even 30. That's exactly what I think might happen. One thing to watch out for, though, we are almost oversold. So somewhere in that range, a little bit lower, makes sense, and we'll get oversold and then turn up again. Soybean oil, close to the same commentary, almost oversold, new low ground, coming into a major support area. Could be ready to turn back up, but not quite yet. Next, meal, new lows, new low closes, almost oversold. Sound like a broken record, but I don't see anything special here that's going to turn it back up right away. Kind of a no man's land. Next, corn, doing better. Only a new low for about a week. Support area, a little under today's lows, so it could even make minor new lows. Other than that, if that is broken, we start getting below 414, then it's probably going to break down to $4 or maybe even a little lower. Next, we've already done this in wheat. These are the lowest prices since the early before the war, since the top of the market at the beginning of the war. This is being ridiculous. Not oversold, looking for lower levels. Can't help it. Shell has support. This stock has held its support 2 days in a row. I think it might bounce a little bit, but not very optimistic about the bounce. Probably slightly friendly for a day or two, and then new lows. Overbought condition, upside exhaustion gap possibility on Apple. Watch out. Today could be a high day. Next. Sort of the same statement. Overbought, maybe a little bit of a gap up, maybe not. Super close. And Tesla. I wouldn't be a buyer. Next. NVIDIA hit resistance perfectly, but it stopped right there also, just right at it basically. So it's got to stay where it is and head south if resistance is going to be effective. Next to E-mini. You guys have a great day and profitable trading to you.